Welcome the students of the CST department. Today we will learn astable multivibrator. Today we will learn astable multivibrator. So what is first question is what is astable multivibrator? Astable multivibrator is known as free running multivibrator used as square wave generator, and it has two quasi stable states. No stable state, output oscillates between these two quasi stable states. Okay, it is known as free running multivibrator. It is used for square wave generator. It is used as square wave generator. Two quasi stable states, no stable states, output oscillates between two stable states. So first we will see how this oscillator, this astable multivibrator operates by using 555 timer. Yesterday I have given you a video of 555 timer. This is the internal block diagram of the 555 timer. Now this is the block diagram of 555 timer used as astable multivibrator. This is astable multivibrator. This is a 555 timer which is used as astable multivibrator. See, pin number 8 and 4 are shorted. Between pin number 8 and 7, resistance R1. Between pin number 7 and 2, resistance R2. 6 and pin number 6 and pin number 2 are shorted. Between pin number 2 and ground, this is ground. Pin number 2 and ground, this is 1. This is ground, this is 1, pin number 1. This between pin number 2 and ground, there is a capacitor. This is called charging capacitor. This capacitor is called charging capacitor. Charging capacitor. Pin number 3 is your output, as mentioned here, ground trigger output reset, and pin number 5 is your control pin. One noticeable thing is here in case of astable multivibrator, no external triggering pulse is applied. No external triggering pulse. No external triggering pulse. No external triggering pulse is applied in case of astable multivibrator. See, in the ground pin number 2, no external triggering pulse. The pin number 2 is connected with between pin number 2 and pin number 7 there is a resistance R2, and pin number 6 and pin number 2 are shorted with each other. Pin number 6 and pin number 2 are shorted. So no external triggering pulse is applied in case of astable multivibrator. So see, one by one we will see how the astable multivibrator operates. If this first we have to charge the capacitor. How the charging happens? How will we charge the capacitor? How the charging happens in the astable multivibrator? How will we charge the capacitor? How can we charge the capacitor? The methodology is when the capacitor voltage. See it carefully. If the capacitor voltage is in between 2 VCC by 3 and VCC by 3, this is the interest. Here we need the help of the 555 timer block diagram. This is VCC by 3. This is VCC by 2 VCC by 3. These 3 are equal resistance, equal value resistance. This is 2 VCC by 3. This is VCC by 3. So if the capacitor voltage is in between 2 VCC by 3 and VCC by 3, though the S and R they have equal value, the S and equal to R, it will become 0. If S equal to R becomes 0 in the bistable flip-flop, as you have seen, op-amp 2 and op-amp 1, outputs of op-amp 1 and op-amp 2 are connected with bistable flip-flop. Outputs of op-amp 1 and op-amp 2 are connected with bistable flip-flop. So if the capacitor voltage is in between 2 VCC by 3 to VCC by 3, so the S and R will become 0. Both will become 0. The flip-flop is in set condition, because Qn is 1, Qn bar is 0. Qn is 1 means if see the truth table of SR flip-flop, 0 0 means Qn. If the inputs are 0 0 in case of SR flip-flop, if the inputs are 0 0, so Qn plus 1 will follow the previous output, that means Qn. So it is Qn is 1. Previously Qn was 1. Now if the SR is equal to 0, if the voltage of the capacitor is in between 2 Vcc by 3 to Vcc by 3, SR and R both equal to 0, so Qn bar is 0, Qn is 1. Qn is 1. Qn bar is equal to 0, so Qn is 1. Qn is 1 means flip flop is in the set condition. So if Qn bar is 0, transistor, no base pulse in the NPN transistor, collector base junction is in reverse bias, so transistor is in cutoff mode. Now transistor is in cutoff mode. If S and R is 0, transistor is cutoff mode. So and output will be logic high. Consequently, the capacitor will start charging through the resistance R and 2, R1 and R2. Capacitor will start charging if S and R is equal to 0. Capacitor will start charging through R1 and R2. Once the capacitor is charged, now when the charging voltage of when the capacitor voltage reaches 2 Vcc by 3, then S equal to op amp 1, output will be 0. S equal to R, this is 2 Vcc by 3. Op amp 2 output will be 1 when the capacitor voltage reaches 2 Vcc by 3. That means S equal to 0, R is equal to 1. So S equal to 0 and R is equal to 1 means Qn is 0, Qn bar is 1. So flip flop is in the reset condition. Qn is 0, Qn bar is 1. So the transistor, now the transistor is in, transistor is active mode. Transistor is in active mode so transistor is active mode means capacitor, now the capacitor will start discharging through discharging path, and output will be Qn bar is equal to 1 means output will be logic 0. Output is logic low. Capacitor will start discharging. Now, in the third phase, when the capacitor voltage becomes lesser than or equal to Vcc by 3, that means either below Vcc by 3 or is equal to Vcc by 3. That means capacitor is discharging. In the second condition, in the second cycle, capacitor is discharging. Means first capacitor in the first cycle, when capacitor voltage is in between 2 Vcc by 3 and Vcc by 3, capacitor starts charging through the resistance R1 and R2. Now, when the capacitor voltage reaches 2 Vcc by 3, the flip flop is in the reset condition. Qn is equal to 0, Qn bar is equal to 1. If Qn bar is equal to 1, the transistor has become in active on state. Transistor will be in active state. So Qn bar is 1. Transistor will be in active state. Output will be logic low. So capacitor now starts discharging through the discharging path, because transistor is in active mode. Collector base junction of the NPN transistor is in forward bias. So capacitor will start discharging through discharging path. When the discharging voltage of the capacitor becomes Vcc by 3, then or lesser than equal to Vcc by 3, that means either equal to Vcc by 3 or less than Vcc by 3 or below Vcc by 3 capacitor voltage, then op amp 1 output will be 1. Then S equal to 1, op amp 2 output will be 0, R is equal to 0, S equal to 1, R is equal to 0. So Qn is 1, Qn bar is 0. If Qn bar is 0, again transistor will be in cutoff. Transistor in cutoff, and output will be logic high, because Qn bar is 0, there is an inverter, output will be logic high. So now the capacitor will be fully discharged and the next cycle begins. The next cycle begins. The output looks like this. Output diagram of astable multivibrator looks like this. This is VCC by 3. This is minus VCC by 3. Minus VCC by 3. So it is the amplitude. Suppose it is A, so it is minus A. This is VCC by 3. This is minus VCC by 3 to VCC by 3. So output looks like this. In case of astable multivibrator, this is the charging and discharging curve, and this is the square wave generator. This is the square wave generated at the output terminal. That means in the terminal number 3. So this is your astable multivibrator using 555 timer. Next day we will learn monostable multivibrator using 555 timer.